injured here. 2v2 Desert Showdown. Blue team, a bunch of Imperial Guard. We have Shas'el, Tau, Doran'ro playing a Lord General. Fight's range combat begins with this retinue of stormtroopers, which you can add to throughout the game. Really great defense and support. Alongside is Commissar. Yarrick plays a Commissar Lord. Good offense and support. Fights in melee combat begins with an energy shield. This is Death Core of Krieg DLC recolored to resemble Steel Legion, hence the gas masks and stuff. Red team, we have hiveminion plays a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Great offense, disruption and support. Begins with a basic synapse, and alongside is SuperHooper as a mech teleporting commander that fights range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support, disrupt, build structures and repair. And he's laying the Daka down on the Guardsman. Here comes the Commissar Lord, puts his shield up so he can way into melee combat. Sluggers are there though. Shield is down and doesn't have a whole lot of support, so he needs to be very careful. Shas'el has gone for a Sentinel. Yarrick with triple Guardsman, which he often plays into a Chimera and then a quick tier 3 for a Baneblade, but we'll see how that pans out. I think we might need to get a tier 1.5 unit to handle with the aggression from both of the red players here. Do they be a bit more defensive and get a heavy weapon squad, or perhaps a bit more aggressive with Catachans and those crazy Commissar buffs? Mekboy pushing forward, keeping the pressure on behind that cover there. Not sure what kind of cover that is. I think it's heavy. Sluggers capping the natural power of blue team there. They have, both teams have a natural power in the middle of the map and one on the flank. And you have these two natural wreck points right on the edge of the map. Very odd placement. Commissar Lord now tying up the Mekboy. He just teleports away. He's already got his big shooter up. Daka. Just a basic increase in DPS. Peeling off those Guardsman models pretty quickly, as you saw there. Behind the heavy cover. Able to tank damage like crazy. We have Flamer Guardsman up. Yarrick uses these quite a lot alongside the Commissar execution buff for big damage flamers. Sentinel with the stomp up for Shas'el. What are we going to see from the red team? No sign of tier 1.5. We've got big shooters coming up all around. Can use those to suppress the Commissar Lord when he tries to way into melee combat. Sluggers without their burners so far. Catachans on the way for Shas'el. Big engagement here. Look at the Daka pouring into that Commissar Lord. It's going to go down and does go down. Didn't put his shield up for whatever reason, perhaps forgot to. Wow, did not last long running in there. The Commissar Lord really needs his shield up if he's going to try and do that. 482, 486. Runs away all his Guardsmen. And Tyranids pushing this slightly off-center victory point. Hive Tyrant tying things up, which he is superb for early on. Has a really good special attack. Very quick animation and 360 knockback on it. 471, 486. Baneblade moving in. There's the stomp. There it is. Knockback, little bit of damage and a stun. Double termagants pouring in the fight. These guys putting out perhaps a surprising amount of piercing DPS when they have their top 10 stats. Double termagants can be really painful. Catachans moving up. The very versatile infantry squad can disrupt from range, can counter melee squads, and they have power melee damage themselves. Can even do some support with a smoke grenade and put down explosives and stuff. Lots and lots of stuff they can be getting on with. 434, 486. Got that big cost reduction a little while ago, of course. 10 less power. Quite a big deal. Catachans, sorry, the Sentinel pushing forward and taking down the node, which is instantly rebuilt, but they don't stick around to try and take down those generators. Lord General has the Sergeant or Combat Medic retinue member. There he is on the left. He can hand out medical packs. Very useful ability to support your allies very well. Wow, electric armor going off and decimating Guardsman. Yarrick losing one of his squads. There it is, doing, I think it's plasma damage, or is it power melee damage around him for the duration, draining his energy and reducing his speed as well. Wow. An obvious choice, I suppose, against triple Guardsman. Paid off very well there. Commissar Lord has the aura of discipline. So that's an even bigger reason to focus this guy down now. Usually takes a lot of aggro to Commissar Lord. If he has Aura of Discipline and the Fist of Brockus, then he is basically your first target in engagements. Raveners burrow striking with their Devourers. Raveners due to get a few buffs in the next update or a future update. Devourers getting cost reduction, and the Raveners themselves with a production time reduction. You can see all those proposed changes on the forums. Go check it out. There is a huge amount, massive changes incoming in future updates. Keltos has been busy. There's a Slugger Stomp. Sentinel backing off. Good Sentinel play so far from Shas'el, using the Stomp well, not trying to push forward and stomp shooters, which is often the thing that gets Sentinels killed. He's waiting to counter-initiate Sluggers and melee squads with it. 420, 468. Now Yarrick bashing power, but here come Hormagaunts, and they have their adrenal gland spotters up for Yarrick. Calling in off-map shells. You just saw the artillery shell there. I have Tyrants forced off. Now the Hormagaunts need to be very careful. Orks are here for support, so are the Raveners. Mines thrown out by the Mekboy of SuperHooper will explode on contact as long as they're not detected. Catachans are a detector unit, as are spotters, so we'll see how that pans out, if they're able to do anything to protect this power here. Tier 2 for everyone. Looks like Hiveminion was the first to go. That strong Tyranid economy. Did he get anything for his Hive Tyrant? He didn't. That's why he's able to go so quickly. Because extended carapace is 30 power, so it does really change your tier 2 timings up quite a bit. 420, 433. Sentinel getting repairs. Catachans holding back. There's way too much for them to charge in. Fully upgraded double shooters, putting out insane amounts of piercing DPS. SuperHooper not getting anything else in tier 1 apart from fully kitting out his Mekboy, which is not something you see very often. Straight into a weird boy perhaps, I would think. We will see though. Hiveminion very much likes to use double Tyrant guards. We might see that he's going for the Venom Cannon on his Hive Tyrant, perhaps expecting a Chimera or to try and shoot up this Sentinel as well from range, which is getting the missile launcher off Hormagaunts' port, but they will get away. Catachans using the medical pack from the Lord General Sergeant, but are forced to retreat. Shas'el fighting two players here though, and here comes Yarrick with the assist. Flamer Guardsman and regular Guardsman with las guns. Let's see what kind of work this Venom Cannon can do against blobbed up Guardsman, because it does have an area of effect. Gonna turn and fire, is he? He's firing. Is he gonna be able to hit? The accuracy against infantry is not great, but the area of effect can make up for that, much like the Carnifex's Venom Cannon. There's a brood nest that will allow red team to reinforce their infantry around it. Incredibly useful global from the Hive Tyrant, only 100 power, 100 red I should say, sorry, and it also slowly regenerates health. These shooters a bit more confident to push forward now with that. Now down goes the nest, and that missile launcher barrage is nasty from those frag missiles. Double Sentinels now over here for Shas'el. Meanwhile those Sluggers have completely capped this power. That is incredibly annoying. Is he going to node it? 417, 408. Red team now with unreal power income, plus 79 per minute. Sluggers now with burners and their Knob Leader. They are all of a sudden a hell of a lot more scary. That Knob Leader is mean. Venom Brood up. Hiveminion really is prepared for vehicles, and Yarrick has a Manticore on the way. 417, 408. Weird Boy is up from SuperHooper as we probably expected, and Tank Busters also. They really are getting ready for vehicles. There's the electric armour. Bunker is up from Shas'el, and he really needs to look after these double Sentinels, because those frag missiles flying in are going to do a lot of work. Look at the damage of those Termagants. Needs to focus down the synapse creatures, of course. The Hive Tyrant himself is a synapse creature. He caps the VP. Does he have anything else? He does. He has the improved synapse, so it's basically a kind of backline support Hive Tyrant. Improved synapse is getting a slight change in the upcoming update. It will now have the same range as basic synapse, which is a straight up buff for it, which is nice. And he's going for the warp field, giving an extra durability there. There's the smoke shell from the spotters, 50% less range. And there's a Manticore strike from Yarrick. It's going to take a while to arrive. Boom! Wow, a very, very good Manticore strike. The first Manticore strike is often the most important because it's the one that they're not perhaps expecting. He might have thought that that was the Basilisk flare, and that's why I didn't retreat out. You need to look very closely. If you see the debuff circles on the infantry, it means it's the flare. If not, get the hell out of there. Flak jacket incoming is up. Incredibly powerful ability. Prevents knockback, but it wore off just as those rockets hit those catechins. Wow, an incredible Manticore strike. But hiveminion is doing pretty well. He only lost the Raveners there. Still got a good army. Still has tons of power, but he didn't need to reinforce a bunch of stuff there. And is now kind of wreck starved. SuperHooper goes tier 3. Blue team have taken back their power incidentally. And it's full gens all round. No, it's not. Red team with just 2 gens here. Omagaunt's pushing forward. No sign of Endless Swarm. In fact, we do see Endless Swarm on the double Termagant. So quite a powerful ranged build here from hiveminion. Not his usual Tyrant Guard charges. No sign of ranged synapse though on his Venom Brood. Another Manticore strike. Nasty, nasty stuff. Just forcing off the Tyranid blob. Foot of Gork on the bunker. Doing a lot of damage as you can see, but not quite enough. A bit of a waste there. 377, 408. Really good back and forth over this VP. Looks like we're getting big 2v2 fights. Zone thrope on the way for hiveminion by the look of the chat. Needs 400 rep for it though. Ogren's on the way for Yarrick. He lost his spotters, and the Manticore is being hunted down by Orks, but they do run away. That's a repair bunker as you see there. Huge amounts of repair on the double sentinels and that Manticore now, with all the guardsmen around also. Here come catechins from Shas'el. They are level 2. Warp vomit from the weird boy. He has the warp head, which is where you saw that foot of Gork from. And look at this, constant pressure on his power. Slugger's taking it again. Here are the Ogrins. Super heavy infantry with heavy melee weapons. They can tear apart anything if they get their hands on it. And they are perhaps surprisingly quick. They have a decent amount of range damage as well on those Ripper guns, which they use to smack tanks to pieces. 358, 408. Dagger on them, but look how much they are tanking damage here. That super heavy infantry armor with huge amounts of resistance to piercing weapons can tank shooters pretty damn well. 354, 408. Hive Tyrant trying to hit those catechins. Whoa! Sentinel missiles wiping out Termagants. Catechins might force melee combat here. There we go. What is that other buff? No, it's just incoming. Catechins with their power melee damage forcing melee combat on the Hive Tyrant, forcing him to retreat. And Termagant's also backing off. Shas'el doing very, very well holding this VP. Needs to take back his natural though. 343, 408. To 2-1. Ogren's now. A big lump of stuff for SuperHooper to deal with. He does have the instant suppression capabilities of the double shooters, which will come in very, very handy. And of course, the weird boy, though he's over on the other side of the map at the moment, that warp vomit will help greatly versus Ogrins. And flash kits are up. These awesome new models that they have. Look at those guns now. Those are the blasters, those area of effect psychic PvP guns. 332, 408. There's the warp vomit and retreat. It's an 8-second stun, so they're easily able to get away. 332, 408. 1-to-1 cap. Harassment here from Yarrick, pushing hard. Tank Buster barrage. Commissar Lord. He hasn't even leveled yet, still has that aura of discipline, which will greatly help those Ogrins. A massive heal for them. What does it tell me? I think it's every 12 seconds or every 8 seconds or something like that. Ormagaunt's getting roasted by flamers and smacked around by Ogrins. Do they get away? Do they get away? Just about 70 hit points. Zone Throat in trouble, getting shot to pieces here. The shield is up. Only 300 hit points on this thing. Is very, very fragile. But can be hard to deal with if it's well supported. Hiveminion doesn't really have a lot of that support. Only one Termagant Brood with that crippling poison. Leman Russ taking shots with the Executioner Cannon. Hive Tyrant able to tank the damage with the Warp Field level 2. And caps. And then runs away. Getting a couple of shots but does run away. 327, 408. Does it tell me how much damage the Venom Cannon does? I've always been a bit underwhelmed with the damage of the Hive Tyrant's Venom Cannon. Doesn't really seem to cut it. I suppose it makes up for it with its area of effect damage and stuff. Down goes the Manticore. Tank Buster's doing well. 323, 408. I mean, when it's on a commander that can get 108 DPS heavy melee weapons, I suppose it's built for that ranged build with the improved synapse and warp field or bioplasma. Crushing claws are more expensive but so much more scary for vehicles, especially when you can charge your Hive Tyrant into them to make up for his lack of mobility. 323, 393. Didn't take down the node. Venom Brood, I should say, getting shots in. They do quite a lot of damage. 323, 387. Rocket Run on the Orks. Ouch. Painful stuff. Not sure whose that was. I think it was Shas'el's from the look of the chat. Only one Sentinel remains, but it's level 3 and the Sentinels have done superbly well. The Bunk has gone down incidentally. Hive Tyrant now level 3, getting shots in with his Venom Cannon. What is he aiming at though? He's aiming at the Guardsmen here, doing a good amount of damage there, as you saw from the area of effect. But they are Guardsmen, everything does good damage to Guardsmen. Zone Throat with that Focus Warp Blast Snare they can use on that Leman Russ. Does he have things to back it up? He does have the Venom Brood still, and Carnifex on the way. Flash kits, where are they? Here they are. Haven't really seen him in action yet. Those new models are awesome though. 323, 359. Yarrick is going to decap with the Ogrins, I think, and then push towards the middle. Lots and lots of pressure on that power. Shas'el is holding a line here very, very well, and it's prevented the red team from pushing against that power. I think some looters over here would have been pretty good now that the spotters are down. Maybe just get some Barb Strangler Warriors. Hiveminion just call them in. Might just get a Barb Strangler Carnifex in fact. But he's most likely going to go for Thornpack surely. Is that a Nob Squad I just saw? It is a Nob Squad from SuperHooper. He's filled out his roster here. Elite tier 3 melee infantry can go toe to toe with anything in the game with their upgrades, but incredibly expensive with them also. Getting their Nob leader, 323, 319. It's very, very close VPs. Here's the Carnifex, starts off as a melee monstrous creature and is going for the Barb Strangler. It's basically a plasma cannon that suppresses. It's very, very scary. Tank Buster barrage on the Sentinel, but tanks it well. There's Zap on the Catachinus, doesn't do a whole lot. Carnifex pushing forward. Actually using its melee talon, still retains a fair amount of melee damage with its ranged weapons. Is that a Manticore? No, that's a Basilisk Flare. You see the red debuff circles on this infantry here. Carnifex in base, which looks like it's going to be a massive mistake from Hiveminion. There's that Barb Strangler, but this thing's done for. That's a crack grenade from the Kasrakin, and the Carnifex goes down. It does explode on death, but the explosion doesn't do anything. 286, 319. Boom, there it is. Would be nice if it knocked back or something.
Roger, sir.
Nob Squad bashing power with their huge ammers. You see those rings going up their bodies. That's the buff from the hammer, so they are fully buffed going up against those Ogrins. Ogrins knocking them over though with user red, but they're frenzied knobs, so they're not taking any damage from it, and now they're forced off by the Baneblade that Yarrick's got on the field. Wow. And is that Fist of Brockers? It is. So they're going to need to focus down this Commissar Lord. Catachun's level 3 in trouble. Hormagaunt's trying to finish them off, I think. Spotters over there as well. No, there's Kasrkin, sorry. 236, 319. Triple cap for red is all kicking off. Here comes the Baneblade. Massive engagement here. Ogrins forcing off a bunch of ranged units. But there's the vomit. Only caught the Ogrins in it though. Mekboy backing off. Venom Brood get taken out. Massive engagement over here. 206, 319. Tank Buster barrage. Here come the Ogrins into the Ork lines, and there's a Brood Nest which is not going to last long. Beamy Death Gun is up on the Mekboy. Hive Tyrant taking shots, trying to take down that Lehman Russ, but he's not going to be able to. It's being repaired like crazy over there. Baneblade. How are they going to deal with this thing? Nob Squad and the mech might be enough if they can get the Nob Squad in there, and that's a big if. Because there's a Sentinel Stomp there, there's the Ogrins to knock them all around, and the damage from the Baneblade, of course, if it can time that Demolisher Cannon also. Sluggers continuing their obsession with this PowerPoint, gonna decap it again. Kasrkin without a weapon upgrade at the moment, but they have some pretty nasty hell guns, and the weapon expertise makes them even more dangerous. As you can see, they're plus a flat +5 damage. 172, 307. Catachun's putting an improvised explosive on the natural VP. It's a 2-to-1 for the blue team. Have some VPs to make up. Commissar Lord in a very long retreat. Sluggers able to decap there. The amount of power harassment here, and they still get a Baneblade and Ogrins and all this other stuff. Ogrins due to get a buff in a little cost reduction next update. Nob Squad moving in. Really nicely timed creeping barrage. Nob Squad forced to retreat. Focus Warp Blast going in. Carnifex. Thorn back this time. See if he can do a bit better with this guy. I wonder if his last Carnifex is bugged. I wasn't watching the chat, but sometimes you can lose control of your walker units and you can't, they don't respond to your commands. Going after the Baneblade. Hive Tyrant switching to the Rending Talons. That's a bizarre one. If anything, I would have thought he'd switch to the Crushing Claws. Did he have the Rending Talons before the Venom Cannon? I don't think he did. 172, 263, switching back to the Venom Cannon here. It was very odd. Commissar Lord is going to revive the Lord General. He has the Emperor's Wrath, one of the most awesome accessories in the game, I think. Very, very fun to use and see. Just calls in a, what does it say? Off-map artillery. 3 off-map Basilisk artillery shots. And it is painful. Look at this again. Tank Busters this time, capping that power. Yarrick pushing. I think he needs to push this VP. There's not a lot here. All the Orks are here. So just cap this and put a bit of pressure on this side. Why is he retreating his Ogrins? I don't know. 172, 235. Explosive goes off. Doesn't quite finish off the Termagants. Massive engagement here. Orks need to push. But look what they're pushing against. Maybe it's better for them to just push the flanks instead. Demolisher Cannon, or was that the Emperor's Wrath? That's the Emperor's Wrath. There's a Toronto formation. Trying to move stuff away from it. Boom! Look at the damage to those guards, and wow, almost wiped out the squad straight up. And that was with incoming active. Sluggers chasing off Catachuns. Everything clearing out from the VP. That might open it up for a cap for red. Sluggers getting too close to base here though. He's going to lose him. He's forgotten about his Sluggers, and that is unfortunate because those Sluggers have done very, very well in this game. Nob Squad tearing apart the Commissar Lord, it looks like. Yes, he's level 4. Nob's got level 2. Get these guys to level 4 and they are unreal. Over 5,000 hit points. It's a 2-1 for blue still though. Red team are not capping the mid. Carnifex going after the Baneblade, but does turn around. Probably a good choice. The Sentinel still being awesome. Level 4. Another bunker coming up. I'm surprised it took this long to get another one. Mekboy is level 4. Is he going to take the garrison? No, he's retreating. Yarrick hasn't taken this side. Where are his Ogrins then? They're pushing mid. Why is he not decapping this? It's only the weird boy there. 172, 194. Double Carnifexes for Hive Minion. One of them with a Venom Cannon. Do massive damage to large targets. And a good area effect as well, in case he hits some infantry with it. It does have a bioplasma shot as well. Massive engagement here. 172, 194. Is that the Emperor's Wrath or the Demolishing Cannon? It's the Demolishing Cannon. Carnifex needs to back the hell away. I have Tyrant. Hasn't really made an impact with that Venom Cannon. And runs away. And there's a brood nest. Mekboy is not set up at the moment, but he is hanging around. 172, 178. Why is he not sending his Ogrins over here? Was he scared of that warp vomit? They'd be scared of a warp vomit into a foot of Gork or something, or warp vomit into Nuke.
Roger, sir.
They don't have the red. What does SuperHooper use his red on? Lots of barrages and stuff, lots of wars. Frenzy, I suppose, is 75 red each one. Termagant's trying to take the natural VP of blue, but there's a heavy turret, which is not good for them. Boom! And that was the Catachans. All reliable. Look at the range that all reliable has. That is unreal. 172, 152. We're getting way too close. They can't necessarily see what's over here. Creeping barrage again, knocking the Nob Squad off the cap, and look how long that takes the Nob Squad out of the game for. Really powerful global from the Lord General. I have Tyrant in retreat. Venom Cannon Carnifex getting shots on this Lehman Russ, which has been snared by the Zone Throat. Carnifex Legion a charge, trying to tie things up. Massive engagement here. That Baneblade is still a massive pain in the ass. The Zone Throat goes down. And this Carnifex is in trouble. 172, 100. Looks like blue team are going to hold on to this with this very tough Imperial Guard line on this VP here. Maybe they shouldn't try and push here. Just go here. Get away from the bunker and stuff. That Carnifex is done for, I think. 16 hit points. Baneblade not chasing though. Might get away here. 2 hit points. Goes down. The other Carnifex lives, but I think that's it. Hiveminion can't really support. Can't really push this side, and he can't really push over here either. It's a no cap game right now. There's a tier 3 Lictor which might go down in retreat. 50 high hit points, does get away. SuperHooper still has pretty much his entire roster here. He only lost his sluggers, I think. He's done really well to preserve everything. Manticore in the field for Yarrick, the second one I've seen. Ogryn is level 2, and they are going to try and decap, or indeed cap, this VP. So it might be a double here for blue, maybe even a triple. There is some stuff. Here we have some looters with a beamy def gun and a Mekboy with a beamy facing a very strange direction though. 172, 80. Catachans trying to cap. Level 4 Catachans, look how much hit points they have. 2,395, that is crazy. Baneblade edging forward. Double cap though, and it's gonna be a triple. Is it? Surely it is. Is Kasrikin, level 3 Kasrikin, able to cap? And they have plasma guns, do they? No, that's Guardsman with the plasma guns. That Carnifex is still around, level 2. Elictor Alpha trying to harass this side. He's trying to at least decap under infiltration, but has to leap away. 172, 23, 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Orks still pushing the power. They need to worry about VPs here. More action to finish us off. GG from hiveminion. He knows he can't push it. His Baneblade just was put under very little pressure. I think I saw it with like a third of its hit points gone, but other than that, was never really in danger. Where's that knob squad? They're pushing against this VP. It's a single cap for blue. Ouch, down goes the Commissar Lord. Ogren's very, very lucky to get away with 4 models. No, not quite. Manticore strike on the VP to stop the cap and do huge amounts of damage to these knobs. Ouch. And there's the game with the double cap. Blue team under serious amounts of pressure early on, but Shas'el did really good job holding here. Those double sentinels was a really good play. He got one of them in tier 2, and that's what we're seeing now with that missile buff for the sentinels. People actually getting them out onto the field in tier 2 instead of just trying to keep them alive through tier 1. And if they survive, they do. If they don't, then you don't see anymore. Not anymore. They are a lot more viable combat unit with that buff. Baneblade was the massive turning point. Even after all of that power harassment, I suppose they couldn't harass this power until right at the end because of how well Shas'el was holding this VP. Let's look at the commanders quickly. Level 8 Lord General. He had the sniper rifle buffing the range of, is it allies as well? I think so. It might not just be his units. Commissar Lord was down level 5. He had the Fist of Brockus and the Emperor's Wrath. I have Tyrant level 4. I think he struggled with this Venom Cannon. Didn't see it have a huge impact. And the Mekboy at level 5, who started off very, very well. The electric armor, the proximity mines was an odd choice with Catachans and spotters on the field, but he might not have known about it. But he finished off with the custom force field, which is pretty cool. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.